Alright. Hello everybody, it is I, Granorite, and here we are back with another episode of Let's Play Pokemon Emerald with our Gen 3 type challenge of Psychic type, our 5th Psychic type team out of 6, which is going to be Xatu, Latios, Lugia, Medicham, and Exeggutor. So as we do in this first episode, we're going to read some Pokemon biologies, get the team up to level 7, and then up to Rustboro. And it's going to be some training for me off screen because we're switching Lugia in and out until we get Steel Wing, which is going to be great. Anyways, we have Natu here, has Early Bird for its ability, so awakens quickly from sleep. Some decent stats, so it's Peck and Leer right now. What do we know about Natu? Natu is a medium fast leveling rate Pokemon. Natu is a tiny, mostly green avian Pokemon with a nearly spherical body covered in accents of red, yellow, and black. It possesses brightly colored yellow and red wings with thick black stripes. The wings are small and not fully grown, thus making it unable to fly. However, it can hop and climb tree trunks. Natu has a red crest on the top of its head, and its 3-toed feet and 3 tail feathers are red as well. Natu also has almond-shaped eyes and a yellow beak. Natu can be found near ruins in temperate and tropical forests. Natu usually forages for food on the ground. However, on rare occasions, it will hop onto branches to peck at a tree's new shoots. It also picks food from cactus plants, easily avoiding the buds and spines. Due to its prophetic abilities, Natu is a very cautious Pokemon that is easily spooked. That's the quirky behavior of staring at something until the thing moves. And our Gen 3 Pokedex information for Xatu. Ruby says Natu cannot fly because its wings are not yet fully grown. If your eyes meet this Pokemon's eyes, it will stare back intently at you, but if you move even slightly, it will hop away to safety. Sapphire says Natu has a highly developed jumping ability. The Pokemon flaps and leaps onto tree branches that are taller than grown-up people to pick at the tree's new shoots. Emerald says it runs up short trees that grow on the savanna to peck out new shoots. Natu's eyes look as if they are always observing something. Fire Red says it usually forages for food on the ground, but may, on rare occasions, hop onto branches to peck at shoots. And Leaf Green says because its wings aren't fully grown, it has to hop to get around. It is always staring at something. And we're happy to have it. Welcome to the team, Natu. Next, we have Latios, which has Levitate for its ability, so it's not hit by ground attacks. Good stats. It's a legendary Pokemon. We're not surprised. Does have Psywave right now, and we're not learning another attack there until level 20 when we get Dragon Breath. So we're going to have some great times early on with these legendary Pokemon. What do we know about Latios? Latios is, of course, a slow leveling rate Pokemon. Latios is a Pokemon with a bird-like body stylized after a plane. Its body flows slowly into a thick neck, giving it a bulky appearance. It has no legs, usually floating instead. Most of its body is blue, with white areas near its arms and a white stripe on its back that extend up to its head. Jet plane wings sit on top of its back, while 2 tall, jagged fins point behind from its rear. A red triangle marks the center of its chest, while a blue mask partially covers its face. Long ear-like fins extend from its jaws to over its head, and its eyes are red. It has 3-fingered arms with a blue covering on the outer side of its lower arms. Latios is a male-only species, with Latios being its female counterpart. Latios has a gentle nature and will avoid fighting whenever possible. It can fly faster than a jet by tucking its arms. And in the 5th movie, Latios has the ability Sight Sharing, which allows Latios and people around it to see exactly what Latios was seeing. Oakley also mentioned that it can shapeshift. It prefers compassionate trainers to whom it opens its heart. Latios uses telepathy to detect locations and emotions of other Pokemon and can understand human speech. It lives by the water's edge. As seen in Pokemon Horizons, like other legendary Pokemon, Latios can be found in the Pokemon Paradise Alaqua. Latios loves Latios treats made by Snackworth, who once encountered and followed it to a secret spot in the past. Latios can be summoned by the Aeon Flute and is the only known Pokemon capable of learning the move Luster Purge. Our Gen 3 Pokedex information for Latios. Ruby says Latios has the ability to make its foe see an image of what it has seen or images in its head. This Pokemon is intelligent and understands human speech. Sapphire says Latios will only open its heart to a trainer with a compassionate spirit. This Pokemon can fly faster than a jet plane by folding its forelegs to minimize air resistance. Emerald says even in hiding, it can detect the locations of others and sense their emotions since it has telepathy. Its intelligence allows it to understand human languages. And Fire Red and Leaf Green says it has a docile temperament and dislikes fighting, tucking in its forelegs. It can fly faster than a jet plane. Next we have Lugia, who has pressure for its ability. Again, really good stats because it's a legendary Pokemon, but all we know right now is Whirlwind. So what do we know about Lugia? Another slow leveling rate Pokemon because it's legendary. Surprise, surprise. Lugia is a large Pokemon that resembles a dragon, a plesiosaur, and a bird. It is primarily silver-white, but it has blue undersides with slightly varying tones. It has a ridged mouth similar to a beak. Although it has pointed teeth on its lower jaw, its head has a point to the back, and Lugia's eyes have pointed blue or black stripes on them. Lugia has a long, slender neck and a smooth, streamlined body. Dark blue or black plate-like protrusions run down the length of its back, and there are two smaller, more pointed ones on the end of its tail. It has large wings that resemble hands. Sorry. Not sure why my nose is running so bad today. Lugia can fold these plates to increase its speed. Though its gender is unknown, as depicted in the Mystery's history, a young Lugia has been seen, suggesting there is a breeding population, at least in the animated series timeline. In the same episode, Lugia has been shown to be fiercely protective of its young, which also eat kelp. In the second movie, Lugia leads the legendary birds, and when they fight over territory, Lugia is the only Pokemon that can quell their ceaseless fighting, but cannot do so without a partner. Much like the birds, it possesses the ability to control the weather. Most notably, it can calm and give rise to storms. It is said that a light flutter of its wings is capable of causing winds powerful enough to tear a regular house down. If it were to flap its wings, it could hypothetically spawn storms lasting as long as 40 days. Lugia is capable of splitting islands into smaller islands. When attacking, it is capable of shooting a vortex of air at its target and using psychic power. It is highly intelligent, and because of the devastating power it could accidentally inflict, it isolates itself deep underwater and tends to sleep in solitude. It is extremely rare and is hardly ever seen. In ancient times, the former brass tower in Exeggcute City was once Lugia's perch. However, after its destruction 150 years ago, Lugia moved to the Whirl Islands for the safety of others from its own power. It can be summoned at the Whirl Islands through one of its feathers, tidal bells, and the dance of the Kimono Girls. Lugia has been referred to as the Guardian of the Seas. There are rumors that Lugia would appear during the night of a storm. Lugia loves Lugia treats made by Snacksworth, who once encountered it in the past. Lugia is the only known Pokemon capable of learning the move Aeroblast. And our Gen 3 Pokedex information for Lugia. Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald all say Lugia's wings pack a devastating power. A light fluttering of its wings can blow apart regular houses. As a result, this Pokemon chooses to live out of sight deep under the sea. Fire Red says it is said to be the guardian of the seas. It is rumored to have been seen on the night of a storm. And Leaf Green says it is said that it quietly spends time deep at the bottom of the sea because its powers are too strong. Next, we have Meditite, which has pure power for its ability. Low stats right now, currently knows Bide and Meditate. Hooray, Bide! We're going to have such a great time at the beginning of this game. Medium fast leveling rate Pokemon. Meditite is a humanoid bipedal Pokemon that resembles a person meditating. It usually sits at a yoga position with knees bent and feet together with its hands resting on its knees. Its body is blue, with white on its wrists, feet, and lower body. Its onion-shaped head is also white with large eyes and pink ovals on its cheeks. It has round, swirled ears on the side of its head. These ears are higher up on a male than on a female. Meditite heightens its inner energy and spiritual power through meditation, which also allows it to levitate. It trains hours a day and never skips its daily yoga training. Meditite's training never ends, since it constantly loses concentration on and focus on while meditating. It eats one berry per day as part of its training, which tempers its spirit and makes its senses sharper. It lives and trades on the mountains. And Meditite and Medicham are the only known Pokemon that can have the pure power as an ability. And our Gen 3 Pokedex information for Meditite, Ruby says Meditite undertakes rigorous mental training deep in the mountains. However, whenever it meditates, this Pokemon always loses its concentration and focus. As a result, its training never ends. Sapphire says Meditite heightens its inner energy through meditation. It survives on just one berry a day. Minimal eating is another aspect of this Pokemon's training. Emerald says it continually meditates for hours a day. As a result of rigorous and dedicated yoga training, it has tempered its spiritual power so much it can fly. And Fire Red and Leaf Green say it never skips its daily yoga training. It heightens its inner strength through meditation. And last but not least, we have Exeggcute, which knows Barrage, Uproar, Hypnosis. Its ability is Chlorophyll, which raises its speed in the sunshine. Another slow leveling rate Pokemon, so we're going to be doing all the fights. Morty just jumping on real quick to see how the first episode with this new team is going to say, and you just have one thing to say, Ludicolo. Why Ludicolo? I mean, it's a good thing to say, though. Exeggcute is a Pokemon resembling a group of 6 light pink eggs. They are usually arranged with 5 heads huddled around a 6th. Each head has a slightly different facial expression, but each face has, because it was taking out the team yesterday. Oh, yeah. Ludicolo was the bane of our rock team yesterday. Oh, it was such a pain in the butt. Thanks for bringing that up. But, yeah, it's good to see you for the quick hop on and everything. So, each head of Exeggcute has a slightly different facial expression, but each face has triangular eyes with tiny black pupils and a small mouth. Each shell has some cracks, and one member of the bundle usually has its yellow insides or brain exposed. More numerous cracks are a sign that it is close to evolution. Despite looking like eggs, Exeggcute is actually more closely related to plant seeds. It is believed to carry genes of plants and other species. Exeggcute gather in swarms of 6. The heads communicate with each other by using a form of telepathy that only they can understand. Should the number of Exeggcute be reduced to less than 6, the remaining Exeggcute will attempt to replace it with a similarly sized Pokemon, as seen in Pikachu Short Pikachu's Rescue Adventure. It needs 6 Exeggcute in order to stay balanced, or else it will become nervous and cowardly. Pidgeotto and Crabrawler are its natural predators, which it chases off with psychokinesis. Exeggcute inhabit jungles and forests. Exeggcute in the Alola region tend to be heavier from those elsewhere. This is due to its shells being packed full. And Exeggcute and its evolved form Exeggutor are the only known Pokemon capable of learning the move Barrage, which are going to keep the entire playthrough. Hooray! Our Gen 3 Pokedex information for Exeggcute. Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald all say this Pokemon consists of 6 eggs that form a closely knit cluster. The 6 eggs attract each other and spin around. When cracks increasingly appear on the Exeggcute, Exeggcute is close to on the eggs. Exeggcute is close to evolution. Fire Red says even though it appears to be eggs of some sort, it was discovered to be a life form more like plant seeds. And Leaf Green says it is often mistaken for eggs. When disturbed, they quickly gather and attack in swarms. Alright, whew, now that we're done with all of that, let's go do this wonderful grass training that we get to do. So we'll swap up Lugia. Now at this point, I don't really care what Lugia gets EV-wise, because we just need to get it up. And we're going to be doing a lot of healing because Psywave is horrible, Bite is horrible, and we have to swap in Pokemon for Lugia. So, it is what it is. I'm not happy about it, but it is what it is. Swap trading with Lugia all the way until we get Steel Wing from Steven down in Dewford. All the way until then, because it learns no attack until after level 20, like level 22. I think that's when it learns Gust. And even though we would learn Aero Blast, because that's its signature move, it doesn't learn that until level 77, so, yeah. It better be worth it later. Scam. It is a scam. Was Ho-Oh this bad too? I want to say it probably was. Aw, come on! I don't have any healing items. Frickin' Bide. So we have one Pokemon that doesn't learn any attacks until forever. One Pokemon that's going to have Psywave until level 20, because that's when it'll learn Dragon Breath. Dragon Breath, not Breast. Dragon Breath. And then we have one Pokemon that's going to know Bide for a while, because it's going to want to take on these Dark Pokemon, and the other move it's going to learn is Confusion, which won't hurt the Dark Pokemon. Yeah. Sorry. Where's your mind at, Granorite? Yeah, Whirlwind and Safeguard. So that's what Lugia is going to learn at level 11, is it'll learn Safeguard. And it learns Gust at 22. So it's the exact same as Lugia. Horrible. It's just gonna be a great time as I grass train off screen for 500 hours after this episode, because everybody is gonna be switching out still. That means you gotta do that a total of 4 times since you use each one twice. That's right, and we still have to use both of them on a flying playthrough. Come on! I can't even take out a Poochyena. Of course it does like 6 points of damage when we switch in. It does start off really bad. This team starts off really bad. We're probably going to just keep training Lugia like this while we get the other ones up to level 7. Just because you think it'd be a super easy team. I'm sure it will later. Not right now, but later. Man, that thing did a ton of damage to Meditite. Meditite. Thanks. It's gonna be great, Christian Abon. Have a good rest of your day. Hopefully I'm not, like, completely, just done with this team by tomorrow because of this. Hooray, more hit points for Meditite. I need you to hit it, Exeggcute. Well, at least it didn't take us out. We stopped at 1 HP. Defense is a different stat. Come on, Latios. That was 3 side waves in a row. Oh my goodness. What the frick is your problem, Latios? Did you see all those side waves we missed? Why is it so, like, after we hit with the bide, then the Poochyeta's like, I'm going to hit you for 5 damage, not 2 like we were doing whenever you were biting. Game's a piece of junk. So fair. And we have to use Meditite's HP for its ability to level up here. So anytime we switch it, and we have to go heal like immediately afterwards. See, now that's just BS. Because it's able to miss while we're biting, but hit us every time we're not. Alright. We're still working up everybody else to level 7. Really, it's Exeggcute that needs the experience, but we'll get there. At least Meditite's getting closer to being done, and I won't have to keep doing this forever. The only reason it's slowed down is because we're still splitting experience off on the Lugia. Save us from some grass training later we have to do with it. We're still going to have to do a ton with it, though. Oh, this is going to be great. I can tell already. We're having so much fun, aren't we? You're there, so that's right. We're using Exeggcute for Wurmples now. Not a single Ralts yet, though. It's kind of surprising. This team's so bad, it really sucks. Why do we have to play like this, swapping in and out? Hooray! There's a Ralts. Alright, so we just have Exeggcute. We need to get up to level 7. Which is HP and special attack. At some point we gave it a little special defense, which isn't horrible. We're just getting Exeggcute up. Come on! What the frick? I just wanted to get our special defense up to a multiple of 4. Couldn't even hit a Lotad. Thank you. Keep it going. run into more C-Dots with their 1% encounter rate than I have Ralts. That's 4. Where's my Wurmples? Yeah, I'll eventually hit you, buddy. We are getting closer to being able to leave the grass trading. Oh, really? That's some good damage from a Wurmple on my Exeggcute. Does that do it? Huzzah! Alright, let's do this first trainer fight, because we're going to have to go heal after we're finished with it. Alright, so that's 3. So we're doing 6 damage back. And then it hits us, of course. So 4. So this is going to be 16 damage. Nice. Let's go Exeggcute here. Back to Lugia. Back to Exeggcute. Alright, let's go take on this guy up here. Because we're probably gonna have to go heal after it as well. Say if it tackles me after I'm done biting, I'm gonna be a little upset. Alright, then we're gonna go to Latios. Once it can hit this thing. Let's just go to Latios here. We'll get its speed up to a multiple of 4. Hooray, Lugia! Well, 35 minutes into the stream, we have made it finally to Petalburg. Let him catch the Ralts. Okay. Oh, you butt. Ugh. I'm just trying to get through the game with these horrible moves it's making me use. We might as well take out this Magikarp before we go heal. Because Meditite can't even take out a Magikarp because Magikarp doesn't hurt us, and Meditite has to take damage to deal damage right now. You see the problems we're running into? Let's give this to Meditite and make sure I'm also tossing these. Alright, well there's 6 damage. Yeah, he's gonna hit us, yep. Is that 12? Wow. And back to heal again. Oh, I need to pick up, I think. Is there a heart scale around here? Maybe I don't, actually. Well, I got it now. I think we're not teaching Meditite any of the elemental punches with the build that we're going for. We're going to make it an actual physical attacker. first episode is like torture. I mean, the ridiculousness of this team at these low levels. The only person leveling up is Lugia because we're switching it in because we have to. Excellent. Oh, and then we missed. Wonderful. It was a waste of a potion. Oh, you can't even hurt this thing. Are we gonna lose to a level 9 Poochyena? Did we just lose? I think we just lost to this Poochyena. No frickin' way. Holy butts. We got wiped. Wiped. Hit me. Wow. What a bunch of bullshit. I mean, straight up. I apologize if there were any kids watching. I did not mean to use a swear word. But that is just crazy. Please. Should have gave Meditite another berry again. Good for you, Lugia. I cannot believe this episode. Cannot believe we lost to that Team Aqua guy. I mean, I should believe it, but I don't. goodness. None of our other Pokemon... Oh, I guess Natu leveled up to 9. Say, like, none of our other Pokemon even leveled up past 7 with all the trainer fights. Huh. Alright, well, we're going to end this episode here. We will be back tomorrow with more Pokemon. Until then, we'll see y'all next time.